Hello everyone, Malakith here, and welcome to Total War Warhammer. So, for the first campaign, I will be doing Greenskins, for the simple reason they are the only faction I didn't own in Tabletop. So, I don't have to worry about comparisons with Tabletop, and it'll be a nice new experience. We will be leaving the tutorial on for the initial segment, just in case there are some viewers who are new to the Total War series coming in with Warhammer and want to get a slightly better overview of what on earth is going on without me just clicking through it. So, it shouldn't take too long to get through. It's just a little bit at the start that covers the basic mechanics. So having a look at some of the faction mechanics quickly, we can only capture territory belonging to the Dwarfs or other Greenskin factions. If you don't like that, there should be a mod on release that fixes that. If not, it'll probably be shortly after release. Fightiness. Armies have a fightiness rating which rises when fighting and raiding and falls when inactive as a result of being defeated. So you need to keep fighting, otherwise they get upset and start bashing each other. Sounds very orcish to me. Animosity. Low fightiness leads to infighting between troops, resulting in attrition. Wah! High fightiness will spawn an allied Wah army, which can be sent against the enemy. Now that is an AI controlled army, you don't get control of that. And use underway. Armies can choose to use a network of underground tunnels to avoid impassable terrain and enemy armies. Top units, Giant, Doom Diver Catapult, which you can manually steer the pilots of. We will be playing with that. And the Arachnarok Spider. So large unit sizes, cheap unit upkeep. Bonuses to income derived from raiding and sacking. Goblin units have brittle leadership, limited technology tree, and cannot trade. Limited economic buildings. And we will be selecting not Grimgor. I'm going to go with Azhag the Slaughterer. So you get income from sacking settlements bonus and diplomatic relations with the undead as a result of his Crown of Sorcery, which is possessed by a long dead undead guy. Is it Nagash, I believe? He's a powerful melee fighter, but he does have Law of Death spells. I'll chuck it up to hard. I don't tend to like going above that in initial playthroughs just because it usually just gives huge amounts of bonuses, and until we see what AI has sort of done in this latest edition and how CA have changed it, I don't really want to go over that. We'll keep the battle limit at 60 in case there's any bugs we need to get out of, and that will do. We will auto save to the cloud as well. Yeah, this Lord's campaign does not feature an opening battle. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes.
War comes. I can smell it. The old world teeters on a blade's edge, but a steadying hand may yet save it. Is that my role? Alas, nothing is grand. I am merely a humble advisor to Grimgor Ironhide, the most brutal of Black Orcs. Even that bestial intellect recognized a use in me. His horde as we travel south, laying waste to the stunted and rival orc tribes alike. Deep in the Badlands, Red Fang Rotgut, master of Black Crag, challenges his superiority. Grimgor stands to take the whole of the old world as his prize. that first he must vanquish Rodgut and take Black Crag as his new capital.
So nice to see the introduction isn't tailored to your lord at all. Never mind.
Black Crag is yours, my brutal lord. The Badlands beyond lay open for conquest. This area is dominated by tribes of inferior Greenskins. On the plains to the west, Rotgut's Red Fangs mass against you, angry at the loss of their stronghold. Proving your utter superiority over Gorfang should be your first calling. Vanquish the Red Fang, and tribes of lesser orcs will flock to your banner, freeing your mobs to look further afield for lands to conquer. The stunted dwarfs that dwell in the mountains around you should provide plentiful quarry. You can't let that black orc Grimgor have all the fun. There is a reason they call you the Slaughterer. Show them all why.
Right, mission issued. We must defeat the Red Fang in battle before they are able to regain their strength. See that it is done. We gain some bonus to our treasury. So this is still part of the tutorial. They've tagged it on the start of the game.
Missions may be issued from time to time by those interested in your progress. These can be reviewed at your request, my lord.
Okay, carry on. So, having a look at the world map, if we zoom it out, you can see we're situated down in the southeast of the map. You've got the Norskins and the Chaos over here, Empire, Bretonia. I can't remember exactly where the Undead start. I think it's Eastern Sylvania, so just here. Yep, near Zufbar. So, we're fairly close to the Dwarf start and fairly far away from everyone else, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right, let's have a look at what we got in our army. So we have Azhag the Slaughterer, of course, Orc Biggins, Orc Boys, Goblins, Goblin Archers, more Goblin Archers, and Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Enemy has a chariot, and then we don't know what.
I am true power.
I think I will recruit some more units for a moment. So our currency looks like it's just sort of gold. Nothing special for the orcs, no teeth or anything suitably orcish, unfortunately.
The crowd of sorcery agrees.
So we'll recruit 3 more standard orc boys, just to sort of flesh out the main battle line. Not particularly trusting of goblins. Anything that actively says poor leadership should be questioned, but never mind. Everything has its place. They are a bit cheaper, of course. Upkeep especially. Having a look at Black Crag, what have we got? So we need 2 population surplus before we can get up to the next encampment status. We are currently using muster fields, which along unlock goblins and orc boys. The next one gets goblin archers and orc arrow boys. Following that, night goblins, big guns, night goblin archers, and at the top, black orcs, fanatics with the night goblins, and archers with fanatics. Oh, fanatics. Such a crazy bunch. Got an empty slot. So there's no point putting another one of those in. But we can see what else we get access to if we go either for the boar sty or... I assume that goes down that route eventually. No, different one. So you could pick over here instead Wolf Den, which gets you the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, Goblin Wolf Riders, Chariot. Not so fond of those. What we got in the military support? Orc Shamans, Night Goblin Shamans, Trolls, Rock Lobbers, Doom divers. I think that's probably the one we'll go down. More infrastructure. What's in here? The boss tent. So that's how you can reduce corruption of the vampiric and chaotic kinds. Got some income building. Growth and replenishment. Or a different kind of income. Interesting. I'm guessing this one's possibly tied to a resource then. Otherwise, why would you ever pick a pile of shiny stuff over gold mining? So ideally we would get to tier 3. No, okay. For now, we'll go down the gold route and we'll come back for this one later. Trigger that. Now, Goblin Workshop. So we need buildings to unlock any further research. And if we have a quick look at our Legendary Lord. They've only got basic armor and stuff for the moment. What does his Slaughterer trait do? Order leadership effect +5. In his skills, so this will be the sort of the melee branch. Will be his Law of Death branch. I think this bottom one was usually sort of map-based stuff. Lightning Strike's one of his key features, which allows him to attack and prevent enemy reinforcements taking part. And this one was more of a support thing for battles. But enough talking, let's get on with it. We want it to crack. Well, it doesn't look like we get to recruit.
Battle is upon us. Study your options carefully. The enemy are close. Blood will be spilt.
Okay, fight the battle. So they've got Nash as the leader, Orc Boys, Goblins, Arrow Boys, Goblin Archers, and that chariot. Which may cause us some problems. Depending what it hits, I imagine that will tear very nicely through something like the Goblins.
Your soldiers are ready to deploy for battle, my lord. They await your orders.
Got a nice snowfall. Pretty flat map. It's a bit strange. Very encompassed by mountains and then a strange flat plain to fight on. Okay, so those three are basically our melee units. Let's see, what abilities do we individually have? None. Excellent. Guard mode. Lots of people wanted this. It is back. You should hopefully be aware of that by now. It's been heavily touted. I'll put the... let's have a look. Spider Riders out on the flank. We'll have Azhag kind of just hide behind the front lines for the moment. Unlike Grimgore, I'm not 100% sure on his strength. I know it says he's a melee unit, but just how much he can take on solo is an interesting question we'll have to find out.
Be sure to use your mounted soldiers to full effect, Commander. Harass the enemy formation and strike at their weakest points.
So these are the chariots I'm kind of worried about. And then again, they're missile chariots. They don't have sides on... well, they kind of do. Not on the wheels, where I was expecting to see them. Line Azhag up with their general. Pull my riders across to the left.
The lads are ready!
Go on, archers. focusing on their leader. I think if we pick this out, we can see his health on the left there. Not doing huge amounts of damage. Go on, Biggins. Have him. Have just boys on boys, why not? Riders, you get me them archers. And we'll flank their goblins with mine. Complete size mismatch going on there. Azhag, go get their general. Spiders should munch through these archers fairly swiftly.
The enemy attack your flank, Commander. Drive them off.
Where? Alright, their spears are running. Their archers are about to break.
Waver, my lord. Their troops begin to flee. Run the cowards down.
There we go. Lunchtime for the Spideys. Have a rear attack on these arrow boys. Oh, good speed. What we'll do is run one of the archers each side in case my guys here break first, which they may well do. Yep, they're going to. Oh no. 36 v 25.
Warriors tire, mighty lord. Their exertions dull their ability to fight. Give them time to rest, even amidst the thickest of battles.
Alright, we'll prioritise shooting at these chariots. See how effective that is. Not massively is probably the answer. My goblin riders aren't doing so well against these arrow boys. It is goblins v orc. Couldn't be that surprised.
Begin to rally, sire.
As they just belly flopped on that chariot there. How's their commander doing? Still going. He's beating the big uns as well. Yeah, that broke him again. Yeah, getting a feel for the relative strengths of my units there. Spiders can deal with goblins quite happily, but even against orc archers, just no. Commander's ridiculously strong. Managed to take a whole unit of orc biggins pretty much on his own, as I doubt the goblin spearmen really contributed too much. I'm tempted to try and kill him before we end here. Out of the way, goblins. No, nobody seems to be able to catch him. Never mind. Archers being horribly ineffective, although for a lot of the battle they weren't shooting. I didn't want to push them around the flank because they'd have got jumped.
Yours, my lord. But what about the fate of those captured in battle? It
Okay.
can be beneficial to hold them, but sometimes leniency or brutality can be worth more.
So we can ransom them, but we lose some fightiness. We can slaughter them, which point we get some leadership, or we can eat them and replenish our units. I think we know what we're going with. Yay, so that's a treasury boost. And these guys...
Those that serve your cause gain experience over time, my lord. Be sure to guide their development to your advantage.
Okay, so we can't unlock that because we haven't got the Crown of Sorcery yet. You get the Crown of Sorcery, you get it unlocked at rank 8. So campaign movement, leadership aura, or melee attack. I'm tempted to go with the aura just to try and keep friendly units around, but yeah, try and keeping in the interest of keeping the entire army together. I'll go with the aura for the moment.
Red Fang may think that his fortress at Iron Rock will provide him cover, but he is mistaken. Drive his forces out and take another of his strongholds as your own. Knowledge of your own strengths is vital if any conquest is to succeed. Your kind are wild and barbarous, my lord. Success will never be won around the table, but on the battlefield.
And we've gained the Sword of Might, plus 6% weapon strength. We can see in here. Okay. Should be able to run that army down.
You need not grow weary of battle, my lord. You do not need to oversee every skirmish.
We'll just auto-resolve that one. Looks like a reasonable auto-resolve thing as well. Nothing like what used to happen in Empire, where you'd suddenly lose 5 times the amount of troops. So, fightiness. Good. That's the War sort of barrier. That's unruly. And there's quarrelsome. Okay. Eat the captives again. So next turn our upgrade to the Brawling Grounds will come into play and we can get some better units. Oh, we can upgrade Azhag again. Tunnel Boss and Dubois, melee attack plus 3 for melee infantry units. Ammunition for missiles. Or weapon strength. I think I will just boost up his melee instead this time.
Yes, come on!
Your army has marched all it can, my lord. Assistance is available should you need it, my lord. You may rely upon it.
That's telling you about the help pages, which are very informative from what I saw in my preview session, especially with regard to magic. So if you want to look into all the spells, go take a look in those help pages.
Those mewling fools that survived the capture of Black Crag now dare to agitate against your rule. Subdue the curs, either with strength or favor.
Okay, maintain at least 10 obedience in the following provinces. Death Pass. Where can we see that obedience there? I'm guessing that goes up by garrisoning an army. You can learn more about public order from the help menu. Look at the garrison quickly. What have we got? 2 black orcs, 2 orc biggins, 3 orc boys, 6 arrows. Yeah, 6 arrows, and a goblin rock lobber. You can see garrisons have been significantly buffed over the previous games. Now, we don't have any heroes to recruit yet because we don't have the required buildings. We could recruit a new lord and get another army, but we're not really in a position to be doing that at the moment. Okay, so comparing the stats, arrow boys have slightly more range, slightly more damage, but not quite as much ammunition. And obviously much better stats for survivability. Let's top up the goblins. We can have a core centre of orcs with some goblin flanks. Roaming big uns. Sounds like a good plan.
Be sure to make use of the underway when moving your boys through difficult terrain, mighty lord. Much time can be saved when moving below ground.
Okay, let's click this one. So the underway permits the campaign map and can be used by certain races. An army can move the underway by activating the use underway stance.
Azhag is here.
Nope, that's not it. Where's the stance tab? Over here. There we go. So you're immune to attrition, but you can traverse under terrain you normally wouldn't be able to. Nearby hostile armies may intercept, meeting you in the underway for battle. Should the army be intercepted, retreat will be impossible. If it loses the battle, it will be wiped out. And make sure you can survive it if you're going to do it, basically. Alright. Put him in there a minute. There you go, +7. We're going to have to replenish for a while anyway, I think. What did we need for the goblins? A goblin tinker bench. Instead, we're just going to have more gold. Maybe not the best choice for the start town, but oh well. Done now. Aha. There goes another Red Fang army.
Your war efforts would be strengthened by the raising of a new army. Appoint another command, and you can open a second front against your foes.
So, we have the choice of a Goblin Great Shaman, or another Goblin Great Shaman, because the Legendary Lord is locked for the moment. Will be unlocked after slaughtering 15 sets of captives following a battle. There we go, we need to slaughter captives. So we have Arrogance, Leadership +3 or Obedience -1, and a Maimed Leg, so he's slower, but he's got +3 to Leadership. Given he's a shaman, he's not charging around too much. I'll go with the Maimed Leg one as opposed to upsetting the local populace.
Nasty magic. A new army has been raised under the command of your appointed lord. It only remains for you to issue them orders, sire.
For his skills, I was going to say, surely not a melee tree. Vindictive Glare, Sneaky Stealing, Itchy Nuisance, great names. So this is going to be the Little War. Gork will fix it. And you've got the buffs for battle and the buffs for the campaign map. What I think we'll do for the moment, we'll send Azhag out, pop the new goblin back in the town once he's got some troops. We'll send this guy around to fight that army that wandered off and potentially go take Iron Rock.
Not for all that's safe in our world. The crowd's whispering.
Alright, we've got a population surplus. of 1. Unlock this. We need to get this to level 3, so we need another one. Yeah, they're still not healed. Turn replenishment does seem rather long in this game compared to Attila, for example.
I'm special.
What you want?
Interesting, gives some good stats, but the raided province, which is going to be the one we're in, will lose some growth. Income from all buildings minus 100% when raiding own region. Yeah, you can raid your own region to get the fightiness stats up, but it gives you negatives. Worth knowing. I'm waiting to see what this army down here is actually doing.
A rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
Okay, well, he's reasonably far away. He's the other side of the dwarves. They're paying. Can't argue with that, really.
Consider varying your tactics when maneuvering in the face of the enemy, my lord. Placing an ambush or setting a defensive camp may bring about victory where a straight engagement would fail.
We going south?
Rush towards Iron Rock here.
This will please the Iron Hearts.
They shouldn't be able to get down to us in time.
Fine.
As long as we have enough troops back here to hold it, we should be fine. We've got a global recruitment or local. Handy. This one being more expensive. Hopefully I wasn't using that before. I don't remember if I was clicking in the right places. I'm not sure it even came up.
Anything you say.
Now,
Only available are garrisoned or in the raiding camp stance. Nope, so we wouldn't have seen it. Good to know.
Consider raising a camp in the lands of the enemy, Savage Lord. It shall become a base from which your warriors can raid these pathetic lands.
The stunty barrow needs bashing. What's it want us to attack? Oh yeah, nice and close. Sure.
I am true power.
The city has been reached, and your warriors are prepared for battle, mighty lord. Study your options, nevertheless. Encircling.
You'll notice, although it said city, this isn't a city map. Unless it's one of the sort of capitals, you don't get a walled city to fight in.
Boys, this is it.
Not too much of a strategy going to be going on here, because, well, we horrendously outnumber them. I think it's literally going to be send in the boys.
This crowd talks.
I'll keep the big uns back to let them strengthen up a bit more for when we actually need them for a decent fight.
Boys, bring it.
The winds of magic blow strongly in this place, Commander.
What?
Harness its power and channel it against your enemy.
I would love to, but I have no spellcasters.
Let's fight.
Ordinary Troll Eater. What boys? Goblins, goblins, goblins.
Boys,
Let's actually just have them stop there for a moment so Azhag can come across to the centre. We'll throw him in against that stronger unit. Come on, lazy, run.
Azhag ready.
They're all ready. Look at them.
Boys,
Forwards.
battle.
Okay, let's just pair them off.
Ready. All's well. Yes, Dad. Choppers ready. Smoke city. We do it. Boys, moving fast. I'm ready.
And then we just get to watch.
Azhag the soldier.
Okay, those units that were going to flank round, we'll have them engage this unit that managed to hide. Although Azhag seems to be doing his best to cut his way through to them.
Boys, ready.
We'll have the spiders hit them from behind. Triple flank attack.
Azhag the soldier.
Can you get through? No, possibly not. Stay fighting what you're fighting. Oh, bodies everywhere as the spiders plow in and disrupt the unit. They've had enough.
The enemy commander runs from the field, my lord, and a sorry spectacle it is too. His army will surely follow.
Not particularly surprising.
At last, the defenses have fallen, my lord. The fate of those that remain is yours to determine.
Okay, we will just occupy Helm of Discord. The bronze helmet covered in withering symbols that both distract and unsettle the attacker. So we get a Hex ability. Minus 15 armor, minus 36 melee defense, and minus 34 melee attack. Wow. Ground effect affects enemies in range 100 meters. That's pretty good.
Your territory expands, Savage Lord. Yet there are many lands to conquer. In time, I foresee war with the greater tribes of the Badlands, as well as the stunted kind that dwell beneath the mountains. Keep your axe sharp, for Mork and Gork watch your progress with interest.
So, Grimgor's traditional stomping ground was the northern peaks of the World's Edge Mountains, where he laid waste to Kislev and even marched through Sylvania, bedecking his banner with vampire fangs. Since coming south, the slapped Gorfang Rotgut Grimgor might as well hang around for a bit and sort this sorry lot out. Gits. Occupy, loot, raise or sack 4 different settlements.
Our Wolf Rider scouts report a force of dwarfs to the north, isolated from the safety of their hold. Slaughter them, and news will soon spread of your intent to break open the mountains.
Yeah, Dwarf Artillery Brigade was foolish enough to leave the safety of its keep, marching too close to the Greenskin host. Smash them from front and back before they can even load their guns. Battle of Thundering Falls. If we succeed, we get the Gambler's Armor. Bonus to armor and ward save. Any amount of damage is reduced by this amount. Very nice. And we recruit the Goblin Big Boss. Alright, let's have a look at what we can build in this new place, shall we? We can upgrade it. to a greenskin camp. It will share the surplus of here though, so we may not necessarily want to do that. And we probably don't want that building, so let's demolish that. We've already got one. Right, that is where I will end this episode. So, going forwards, what can you expect? You can expect this to be live streamed regularly on my YouTube channel, not on Twitch. That will then be cut up into episodes and placed on YouTube as standard VODs for you guys to watch. As well, I intend, once I get to some bigger battles, the two in this one weren't particularly of interest. So once we get to some better battles, what I plan to do is save the replay of them, and then, as well as having a campaign video for the people who aren't interested in the campaign bit at all and just want to see the battles, I intend to do a separate video with the battle only, interspersing sort of segments of the replay for interesting bits, you know, so you get a nice zoomed in version of charges and things, sort of cutting to the replay for that charge and then back to the overall, so you can see how the battle played out. Hopefully that sounds interesting to you. Let me know your feedback in the comments, and thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.